Welcome back to Leagues 3 Shattered Relics. Despite all of my fragments and relics, sending everything I fished to the bank, my inventory is now full. So I'm going to open up all these production fragments, which are all going to go into Dine and Dash. There's level 2. Then we click 12 more of these. And there's level 3. And now, we can continue fishing. Before things go crazy and start filling up my entire inventory again, the end of cooking fragments. And there is 99 cooking by fishing. Who would have thunk it? The 99 cooking cape is actually pretty useful because it lets you not burn a variety of things that you would otherwise never be able to stop burning completely. So we'll definitely be grabbing that. We also have a ton of raw fish that have been sent to our bank already. So getting to 25 mil cooking is very doable. All these camera bonds will be useful for various methods. So we may or may not get a whole bunch more fishing experience here. It is incredibly AFK. I will give it that. But yeah. Elite task complete. Well, there is a medium task for growing a papaya tree in the Gnome Stronghold. Very specific and very cool. We are getting very close to 99 farming here. And with the amount of experience that everything gives, it could happen pretty quickly. This farming level probably would have taken a little bit longer if Limport roots weren't completely broken. 138,000 experience gets us 99 farming. Elite task, unlimited spirit trees, farming cape, just all sorts of good stuff. We are conveniently located right near the guy that sells the farming cape. So we might as well get that. It'll make getting back to the farming guild easier. We do have a skills necklace, but farming cape is like infinite, so well, there you go. Somebody's trying to get all the pigs in the pig pen. And I have succeeded. Hey Martin. Give me the skill cape. Sure. We still need to go back and grab the other 2 skill capes. But we just cannot stop getting 99s at this point. I guess we're to that point of the account. We got all these 99s and also sub 70s. So it's working out. Alright, let's get the Hunter Cape. It's got uses. Certainly. It's got a teleport to the black Chinchampas and the red Chinchampas. So we can make use of that when we're going for 25 million Hunter experience. It's a very quick skill, so that's likely going to be in the cards here. And lastly, the skill cape of cooking. It's always amusing how they have the extra option to not buy the skill cape, and they're all worded differently. There we go. Cooking, farming, hunter, Fire making's in the bank. Cooking cape's useful for not burning things, ever. Which is nice. I think if we're going to use a range, we'd probably use the one in the... what's it called? Myths Guild. It's right next to the bank. Or we could use the Birthheart Fire, but either way. We'll never burn anything, so it doesn't matter where we cook it. Just convenience sake. But with all those skill capes out of the way, we can get back to what we're actually trying to do here. And that is quests. First quest boss for today. It's Arg. He's using ranged attacks on my Protect Melee, but he didn't hit any damage, so I guess we win. We're 107 combat, not using any combat fragments. But later boss fights will be more difficult, so I can't complain quite yet. And with that done, there is Troll Romance. Strength, agility, and some gems. Most of which are on the floor. Also, we could probably just take these. Carom Bonds are a dime a dozen at this point. So I'd rather have some emeralds. Quest complete. On to the next one. These guys barely count as boss fights. But they got the whole fancy resistant to different combat styles thing going on. So that's something. Defeated him with the Ancient Staff. Now we're switching to our Crystal Bow to shoot the target. What an uncommon chain of events. 2 more golems to fight. Not a huge deal. Just need to put the statuette back on the plinth for a medium task for completing Spirits of Yellin. A bit of prayer experience, small amount of thieving magic. Not bad. Prayer level 77. We could use augury if we had it, which we don't. And there's another medium task for praying at the Lindis statuette. That is very quickly accomplished right after finishing that quest there. But okay. And there is Shades of Morton completed. Crafting a Herbler experience. Access to the minigames teleport here. 76 crafting. And there is a variety of Shades of Morton related league tasks to complete. We can get one of them out of the way here. Come down into the dungeon. We can open up a bronze chest. Let's open up the bronze brown for an easy task. We got a steel spear. Oh boy. Lots to do down here. Later. There is all the bones for Rag and Bone Man, Part 1. A bit of prayer and cooking. But most importantly, it automatically starts Rag and Bone Man Part 2. So we'll do that one right now. Here's something interesting. We got a bunch of people looking all the same. Probably one guy's 6 accounts. Not sure what they're up to here in leagues, but go for it. Why not? There is one more requirement we need for Rainbow Man 2. And that is Skippy and the Mogres mini quest. Because we need to kill some Mogres. Very easily done. And it's gone. We've got this in not completed mode. So it's not going to show that we have completed this. And since it's a mini quest, there's no pop-up or anything. But we are now ready to go. Get all these bones. Slight change of plans. There were Soul Wars games going, so I'm getting in on that. And we won. Medium task. Win a game of Soul Wars. But we don't have, we don't have quite enough zeal to get the reward. So we need to do at least one more game here. Hopefully. Hopefully. There's been some poor teamwork for the other team. They're having a hard time. Lost the second game. But that's perfectly okay, because we got enough points to get the Ectoplasmator for a medium task. Then we have 134 left. So I guess we'll just get some Spoils of War. Never coming back here again. That's for sure. So let's see what our rewards are going to be. Pure Essence, Anti-Bolts, Sharks, Runes. Good. Good stuff. Okay. Fantastic. And that is finally all the bones collected and cleaned for the odd old man. I'm going to take... How about both? Yeah. 80,000 prayer experience. Both of the items. And that is quest complete. And 78 prayer. Nifty. Truest Death. Not a bad boss fight. When you're prepared. If you're not prepared, oh boy. Ivan's Blast easily took care of that annoying ghost. Haunted Mine. Complete. Medium task. 350,000 strength experience. For level 86 strength. And also, while we are here, we can mine a mithril, which is a diary task. The salve amulet, that we can make out of these salve shards, has some uses. So I'll probably just grab a few of those. Also, we can get back down to the lower section of the mine much more quickly now with the available shortcut. So that is another quest complete. Here's that shortcut. All the way from the start. Would be nice if you could just take your pickaxe to whatever was blocking this earlier and just skip the entire quest, basically. But no. We can also do Tarn's Lair, but later. For the next quest, I want some better supplies. So I'm going to make some Ceridome and Brews for a hard task. They all come out with 4 doses. Save all the crushed nests. It is very easy to get herblore supplies. And we have all these Terramins, so that's just going to be tons of herblore. It's really going to be a non-issue. Oh, hello, Hespori. What are you doing out here? It's a different Hespori. For the quest. Not much of a challenge. We will chop it down. that is only a taste of what's to come for this quest. It seems that we unfortunately will need to actually unlock Theater of Blood for this quest. Entry mode is still technically Theater of Blood, so we can't technically go in here without having it done. That's going to be 35 points. And at this point, we are very close to being able to just unlock all the bosses. But I want to do that all at once. We're going to have to unlock a few bosses sooner rather than later. But we've unlocked Wintertod, Temperos, and now Theater of Blood. Is that a normal order to do this? Absolutely not. But it's not going to be a problem. We've got more than enough. We can accomplish this. Here's our setup. We've got melee, we got range, we got ancient magic. And let's go with Ice Blitz. I'm sure that'll be fine. For our fragments, which is definitely going to help us a bunch, we've got 15% reduction on Prayer Drain, Venomaster, for however much that's going to do. We've got Double Tap, 2 fragments, Draken's Touch, 2 fragments, Knife's Edge at 3, and Twin Strikes at 3. Now, I'm probably not going to be making much use of Knife's Edge, just because it's more dangerous to do so. But it'll help a tiny amount while we do all this extra damage. So let's head in for entry mode. There's a lot of these blood guys spawning, and I'm not taking care of them whatsoever. But down goes the Maiden. No supplies used whatsoever. Good start. Bloat. Not much of a big deal when you have infinite run. Very simple. I used 1 dose of brew unnecessarily. What can we get in here? Bandages and a message. Well, we don't really have inventory space for all that. Nilicus room got a little bit sketchy. 1 person versus all the spiders is a little messy. But we accomplished it. Used a little bit of food, so it's not too bad. Once you get to the big Nilicus, everything's pretty much fine. Soda's Egg isn't too bad. A bit of prayer flicking to the right prayer. Not even really prayer flicking, really. But as long as you don't mess up completely on the maze path, pretty doable. Zarpus also isn't much of anything here. Barely covered any of the floor here with the poison splats. And then phase 3 is literally nothing. And we completed a elite combat task. Neat. Oh. Okay, we did it. Verzig defeated. And that was our first ever hard combat achievement for Theater of Blood SM Adept. Okay. I don't think anything that I did there would I classify as adept, but okay, sure. We didn't die, and that's about as good as I can expect currently. What do we get for our efforts? Adamant and gold. Neat. And there is a night at the theater. We've got 3 antique lamps, which can go into attack, strength, defense, range, magic, or hit points. I don't know. They're all probably fine. Melee's more AFK to train. Magic, we can save all of the barrage runes. So I think I'm going to put them all in ranged. Because Chinchampas are ever so slightly more difficult. And by that I mean not difficult at all to get. There is 89 range. There is 90 range. And there is not enough XP to get to 91. But yeah, that was very close to 1,000,000 range experience for that. So that's something. And now, we have saved the best for last. It's time to do rat catchers. Oh boy. It is done. Rat catchers completed. Decent chunk of thieving experience. Access to rat pits. Hooray. And that is the final quest. I think that there is more likelihood of people doing rat catchers than you might expect. Just because it's a requirement for the Falador Medium Diary. But anyways, that is all we need to do here to get a quest point cape. 99,000 coins. Yes, please. And we go to the emotes. Ta-da! Good times. Pretty sure this is a requirement. Yep, there it is. Elite, Lumbridge, and Drain are task. So if everybody wants to do the Elite Diaries, they need to get all the quests done. Now that just leaves the mini quests. So why not? There is the Soul Bearer repaired. To complete, Bear Your Soul mini quest. Don't really think I'm going to use the Soul Bearer for anything. I'm just checking it off the list. I somehow managed to just run into here and talk to Vigora without an Earth Warrior attacking me. So that went better than expected. And that is Curse of the Empty Lord completed. Let's go get the rest of our full ghostly. Just to look super fancy. Yep. It's pretty great. And now I think I will do the follow-up. A simple boss fight against Ghost Bouncer. You're not allowed to use prayer at least, so I actually managed to do some damage to me. Not enough to matter though. 32,000 Slayer XP. And the General Shadow completed. Now we can go Shadow Sword. Very cool. who better to go build furniture for your dad than a guy with an invisible sword? That is Daddy's Home, completed for 6,400 construction experience. And that got us to level 70 while we were building the furniture. And here's a whole pile of stuff. Fantastic. I love piles of stuff. Here is the Enchanted Key mini quest. Completed. Found all the treasure, and the key dissolves in your hand. We get fancy god sticks, one of which majorly clips outside of the character equip screen. So that's good. Which of these would be the most pokey? Probably this one. A lot of this could have been avoided by just unlocking Slayer rings. But this is fine. Goodbye, Tarn of Tarn's Lair. 80,000 Slayer XP. And this fancy book. Taking the book releases more terror dogs, but I'd say it's still worth it, because we get to do this with it. Salve Amulet, E. And that is a medium task. And a pretty decent amulet. It's not EI, and that's going to cost a lot of money, but a problem for another day. The temple spiders of Forthos Dungeon never stood a chance. A tank mage setup, relying on increased accuracy for being at 0 prayer, and Draken's Touch. Got chain magic. Just everything's great about this. Very accurate. Worked really well. Got my magic up to 92 now, so that's pretty good. Filled in all 3 tomes, which we can turn in here to finish In Search of Knowledge, which is a medium task and an XP lamp. Going over all the different skills, a lot of them are significantly faster and easier and more AFK than even just it being 16 times XP rates would lead you to believe. So, of the ones that are left, I'm going to go with crafting. 160,000 crafting experience gets us to level 77. And then there was one. For this, the final mini quest, we just need to give this guy 500k. So the problem with that is the fact that I do not have 500k. Luckily, I have a wealth of rune items and maxed out Alchemaniac. So we can just alch a couple things here, even if they are slightly high value. And we can quickly get over 500k. Oh yeah, this is fine. We're not going to be coasting by on like 15 gold or something silly. We got all these rune meds, all these rune legs. And there's plenty more where all these came from. We're not hurting for money by any means. Originally, my plan was to alch the dragon plate skirt But that is actually used in a clue scroll. So I decided against that, since we have all these rune items just lying around. Now we can easily afford to give him 500,000 coins. This will buy us literally nothing, except for finishing the last thing. But we can go get any of the gloves that we want. And by gloves that we want, there's only one glove that's even remotely useful. And it's not the cooking gauntlets. No, no. We have the cooking cape now, so these are completely useless. The only thing we would want would be the goldsmithing gauntlets. And technically, we could have just gotten these for 25,000 coins instead of 500,000. But that's not my problem. All the quests, all the mini quests, everything is done. Krend favor, also done. Not by me. So that just leaves the achievement diaries. And then all the tasks and bosses and all that. But that's a whole separate tab. It's time to do as much of the achievement diaries as we can manage. There's still a few things in here that are going to take a little bit of effort. A few skills we don't have. But I'm sure we can cut this down a bit. Next time. Goodbye.